So let's all get into a comfortable position. And for those of you who might be more new to the practice of meditation, this might be anytime between half an hour and 40 minutes of meditation. So if you're not feeling comfortable, it's fine to move. It's fine to relax the legs. It's actually even fine to lay down. In many spiritual practice, it's really important to not move, but we're more interested in the taste, and that taste is not conditioned by the posture necessarily. So if you're a bit concerned about having to sit still for a long time, don't worry about it. It's not where it's happening, and just feel free to make yourself comfortable. And other than that, let's find a posture that we feel we can remain still and comfortable. Trying to feel if there's a good balance with the contact with the ground, whether we're sitting on the floor or on a chair. Are both hip bone equal on the cushion? Doing some gentle movements with the hips and the lower back to find a place where it just places itself comfortably. Feeling the spine, the middle top of the spine. Do some small movements too until there is a place of alignment which is non-resistive. That is, it happens. It happens by itself. It knows. And you recognize it. You recognize it as something which is true, open, free. So how is it to start just right there with the body completely released of yourself? You have ideas about the body, likes and dislikes, judgments. And so we also have ideas about how to sit in meditation, how to hold our face to be seen a certain way. So we can just get in touch with that and let that release for a moment. To simply completely rest in a body that just holds itself without effort, without intent. A body without a past and a future. When we do that, there's a certain quality of feeling in the body. Sensation becomes less defined. The direction is like when we go to bed to sleep and the body relaxes. We just don't let it stop. We let the body completely relax and more and more. So that would be the non-resistance at the level of the body, to let life live itself, to let life be itself. At the level of the body. And when we do that, oftentimes it can guide us to go into the same direction at the level of the mind. Let's just get in touch with the usual resistance of the mind. The ideas about how my past is, what needs to be solved, or what memories I cherish. The expectations and hopes about the future. The fears about the future. And this constant habit we have to relate everything to me, what I want, what I need. What I should do. What I am becoming. There's nothing wrong with all of that. They're just part of the job. But it's possible to see all of that movement and to very gently, lovingly, and firmly place it on the side. Right now, you have nothing to get, become, change, understand, grow with, or even taste. The direction is to take a deep rest at the closest to yourself. And what happens when we do that is that we start to see more. We don't need to focus on anything. And there's a sense of something expanding. At that stage, we're getting in touch with the vast, expansive consciousness, the part of ourselves which is not limited. So just rest at that place of complete openness. Just like the sky. What can help to get that taste is to ask ourselves, is there a limit to how I can be aware? Is there a limit to consciousness? Try in your experience right now to go as far as possible and find a limit to presence, the place it stops. This is not a question to ask with the mind, it's a taste to taste directly. It's something to see within yourself, that place where you have no limit. And in that vast sky, there are movements, shooting stars, sounds, passing by. Body sensations, like the movement of the breath. And thoughts that might still be describing, that might try to grab something, or that just even distract you and take you into the usual world again. But we can look at all that from the perspective of the sky, looking at shooting stars. Movement happens by itself. And you just remain. Aware, open, completely welcoming, but never disturbed, never distracted, never limited by the movements arising within you. We'll stay in that quality of presence for a while. But if for some of you it's a bit challenging, if the mind is very busy and keep taking you into stories about yourself, about life, about the world, then you can guide yourself with just bringing the attention to the body sensation, to feel the whole body sitting and breathing. If you don't need any anchor, if the presence is grounded, just remain in that vast open presence in which everything happens. Every moment, a shooting star into the vastness of your presence.
So as you rest in this limitless expanse, this open presence, and all of the distractions like shooting stars falling into that emptiness. Just for a moment, meet all of those sensations at the physical level, just as sensation. Sensation being literally the movement of consciousness. And as a movement of consciousness, it is empty of any weight, empty of any solidity. It is just the sensation that you are experiencing. Try to meet the sensation as sensation, not the story that goes with the sensation, not the my body, but just the body. And opening your presence, opening your consciousness to include the sensation that exists in your emotional body. Being able to meet all of the nature, all of the experiences that are included at that level of your system, your body, mind, heart system. And from this vast presence of non-resistive nature, you can welcome everything. It's your nature. And meeting and experiencing all sensation at this level of your system, at this level of your heart, and the movement of the distracting mind. Opening from this vastness, experiencing the movement of thought as a sensation itself. Not the story that it creates, just the movement itself. The movement of thought as sensation. And everything in your perceptive field included in that as sensation as well. And sensation being fundamentally empty as this vastness of your field of being, this sky, that all of the distractions are like shooting stars, and you suddenly realize that the shooting stars are also as empty as that sky. Feeling into your whole totality of being without resistance, welcoming everything as you are. Literally experiencing life, feeling life. Nothing is left out. And even the ego as a sensation, the habit of personalizing our experience as just another movement of consciousness, empty as the sky that you are. Everything is included. Everything is welcomed. And feeling deeply at home with everything. Nothing is rejected. A deep abidance, an effortless, non-resistive relationship that welcomes and touches and feels into the totality of all things. Allowing life to feel life.
So as we come out of meditation, we don't need to go anywhere. So don't believe that because the bell rang and we'll open the eyes and move and eventually talk, that actually anything has changed. So let's go this transition very, very, very slowly. Remain in the same quality and just invite a slightly deeper breath. And allow the system, the body and the mind to get back in touch with movement, opening the eyes, looking at colors and forms. It looks like a world is happening and appearing, but actually it's still the same sky of presence, appreciating and touching everything. So go very slowly as a way to reintegrate the world into that perspective. Take your time. We'll meet in a few minutes to share together. Stretching the body, reopening. Watching how the mind recreates a me in the world. Let it be, just don't get involved.